Hi everyone, I'm Vicki and I help run a company called Sweet Home Creations where we design and build high quality tiny homes that prove small can still mean stunning. In fact, one of our feature homes was recently highlighted in a CBC News segment, and the host actually said, "We've featured a lot of tiny homes, but I can tell you yours is the highest quality I've ever seen." So I'm not going to lie, that one's right up top in my mental wall of fame. But at Sweet Home Creations, we're all about building small, living smart, and crafting spaces that truly feel like home and not like you're camping in a shoebox. So if you love tiny homes, clever design, and a creative way to make a little space feel like a palace, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, grab your coffee, and let's dive in. So today we're going to talk about too much moisture in your home and how to solve the issue. Because about 15 years ago, my husband and I built a 200 this was a 2,000 square feet brand new home. And shortly after we moved in, we noticed our windows were starting to get a lot of condensation built up on them. And at first, I didn't think anything of it. But within 2 years, we were dealing with mold all over the edges of the window. And mold is really hard to get off. So it's really important to conquer the issue. So, and especially in a tiny home, we need ways of getting rid of that moisture out of the house. So, why could my tiny home feel like a sauna after I cook or shower? Does that sound familiar? You whip up a lot of pasta, or you have a nice cozy long hot shower and suddenly your home feels like a rainforest in July. Well, let's fix that. Tiny homes are built airtight, great for saving energy, but not so great when it comes to moisture. So when you cook, you shower, you breathe, or just hang out with a few people inside, humidity levels can rise fast. That's why it's super important to make sure your airflow and humidity control are on point. So a simple start. Grab a humidity sensor or a hygrometer monitor. They're cheap and easy to use. You want to keep your humidity between 30% and 60%. Low enough to stop mold from forming, but high enough to keep your hair from turning into a tumbleweed. Fun fact. Drier air is also easier and cheaper to heat. So get your humidity right. It isn't just about comfort. It's all about keeping those energy bills down too. Saving yourself money. So proper airflow means happy lungs, happy house. Here's how to keep things breezy. Use high quality exhaust fans in your kitchen and bathroom. Think of them as your home's exhale and your first line of defense. And keep your thermostat on auto. Make it work smart, not hard. Saves energy and keeps the airflow balanced. It's all about balance. Remember that. Clean your air filters. Don't be like me and forget all the time to clean your air filters. You can get those dust bunnies and you don't want them as roommates. But how often should you change those air filters? Well, your standard 1-inch filter should be changed 1 to 3 months. But your thicker ones, your high efficiency ones, you can change those 3 to 5 months, 6 to 12 months. But it really depends on your home. Let's say you have pets. Got those furry friends? Replace those filters every 1 to 2 months. Pet hair and dander really clogs those filters fast. And allergies or asthma. If anyone in your home has allergies, swap filters at least 4 to 6 weeks to keep your air extra clean. And you have smokers in the house maybe. Smoke particles build up quickly. Change those filters maybe every month. And high dust levels or construction nearby. If you're doing renos or near a dusty area, go with monthly replacements and get things settled. What about you have a vacation or part-time home? It's not used often, so you can stretch it out to 6 to 12 months. But check visually first. And open all your vents so your airflow can be evenly distributed through your house. And if you've got ducts, make sure they're connected and leak-free. Because who wants heat in their crawl space? But speaking of crawl spaces, make sure they're ventilated too. And you got a fireplace? close the damper. When it's off, you're not feeling that great outdoors sneak in. And now and then, crack open your window. Fresh air works wonders for your mood and your moisture levels. But if it is a fresh day outside, because if it's hot and humid outside, you will be probably defeating the purpose. So there are other ways using equipment, and we've found that if you want that 5-star spa-like air quality, let's talk about pairing a ductless mini split with a smart dehumidifier. Our top pick, the Mitsubishi MSZ FS Hyperheat. It's the Rolls-Royce of mini splits. This little powerhouse laughs in the face of Canadian winters and cools like a dream in summer. The IC sensor literally tracks where you are in the room and sends comfort your way. Little creepy? Maybe a little. But cozy? Absolutely. Its dual filters keeps your air crisp and clean, and the dry mode, it gently pulls moisture from the air while keeping the temperature just right. And it's whisper quiet, energy efficient, and built to last. Basically, you can treat yourself with the system of home comfort. Add a media cube, your tiny home moisture hero. Now, meet its sidekick, the media cube. This little box is a dehumidifying ninja for small spaces. It tucks neatly under counters or near the bathroom. It's quiet, efficient, and can run non-stop or on a timer. Basically, it works hard so your towels dry faster and your walls stay mold-free. And put your Hyperheat on the main wall, like right into the living room area, and your media cube near the kitchen or bathroom. Then boom, balanced comfort all year long. All right, so let's talk about that mold, the uninvited guest. All right, time for some real talk. Mold is the one roommate nobody asked for. It's a fungus that loves dark, damp spaces. Walls, ceilings, behind furniture, anywhere moisture lingers. And once it moves in, it's like that guest that never leaves. Mold releases tiny spores that float through the air and can cause allergies, breathing issues, and that smell. You know, that vibe that ruins even the prettiest of homes. Beyond the health stuff, mold can actually damage your walls, floors, and insulation, leading to costly repairs and a big headache down the road. So preventing it isn't optional. It's essential. Keep your humidity in check, keep your airflow strong, and mold won't stand a chance. So the end result. So after your steamy shower or your Gordon Ramsay style cooking session in your tiny home, your home will still feel fresh, dry, and cozy. No sauna, no swamp, no stress. So if you want to go deeper, you want to dive into balancing your moisture into your home, whether it's a tiny home or a century-old farmhouse, check out our free ebook in the description box. It's packed with HVAC pro tips for keeping your home mold-free and comfy year-round. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll reveal our top-rated luxury appliances that fit perfectly in a high-end tiny home. Until then, stay dry, stay cozy, and keep creating your own sweet home creations. Bye-bye.